Welcome, beautiful souls and incredible human beings, to the Quantum Shift podcast. I am your host, Louise Cameron Edlund. My mission is to activate the leaders connected to Source, like yourself, into their next level impact, divine embodiment and expression, higher truth, and source power. This episode is intentionally designed to support those leaders like yourself to awaken and switch on what needs to be switched on for you to go and do what you're ready to do, to initiate change, right? Today, we are going to be talking about the importance of the void and facing and confronting that void and understanding it. I love the saying, avoid the void. I'm avoiding the void because it's so true for myself on my journey. Oh, let me not go there into that deep, dark, empty space of nothingness that is everything. Why? Because it scares the shit out of me to go into such vulnerability where I'm not in control. And that's not only in myself, I see that reflected in the incredible source leaders. If you imagine two circles that meet in the center, so it's really one thing, one energy. And we have source, we have the light, we have the expansion, we have the manifestation. And on the other side of that, we have the void, the dark, empty womb of nothingness, but is pure potential. A lot of us are focused on the doing and on the action, which is great because we need to use our energy to make something happen. Here's the thing. This was me at one point in my journey and something I'm noticing often. So I would love to offer this as a reflection. Most people are, or shall I say, most people who aren't really getting the results coming from a space of alignment, where it's the path of that least resistance, like the Dharma path, where they're struggling and fighting and doing all the things and not really getting the results. It's likely because you're spending too much time focused on the manifestation and the doing and the action, and not enough time in that empty void of nothingness. Taking that deep, juicy dive into the depths of emptiness to receive the information that you're ready to receive that will guide you. And when you get that seed, that's when you take the action on it. Most of us, at times where we're not getting the results and we're feeling the resistance and we're feeling that it's struggle and we're not receiving into our life what we ought to be receiving. And when I say ought to be receiving, it's because we're hungry for service. We want that not for ourselves, but for who we're serving. And that's why we feel the sense of urgency around it. We know how it works, that the quantum field is responding to our energy and brings us the people and the situations that are aligned to that. But we don't necessarily feel ready to give full control to that higher intelligence, to that source, even though we know That's where alignment comes from. That's where we receive the seeds of the ideas and the thoughts and the visions that bring us closer to fulfilling that higher mission, right? So what do we do when we're in that space of misalignment and distrust in the very source energy of the very higher intelligence that we're actually calling in to work with? Well, we will try and micromanage everything. We will feel like the burden is all on our shoulders. It's all on us. Oh, I've got to make this happen. I want this, so I've got to do this and this and this that's going to equal that. Even though it's a struggle, even though it zaps our energy, what do we gain from that? Well, one thing I reflected on when I asked myself that question over the time was I gained a sense of control. The suffering was worth it for my illusion of control. Wow. Who breathe into that? So here's the thing. We can be a little bit afraid to let go of the control because we have a misunderstanding that going into the void, into the nothingness, is somehow going to lead to us being lazy or claiming the feminine magnetism, but from a place of not showing up. Oh, wait, but how does this work? I don't know. Like, I just let go of everything, but what about my ambition? What about my fire? What about my drive? So we cling on. And that is because, again, from my own experience, there's an attempt to separate things. That somehow, if you go into the nothing space, into the being space, into surrender, that somehow means that there's no action taken, that your fire isn't directed towards a goal. But it's both. Remember the two circles. One is that source, that manifestation, that light, that, and one is the nothingness. It's simply potential, not manifest yet. All the doorways of infinite possibilities, yet nothing. So when we feel blocked, when we feel exhausted and tired, like we're chasing ourselves around and not getting anywhere, how would it feel for you to surrender your need to micromanage and control? How would it feel for you to trust in a higher intelligence, in a source that is bringing to you exactly what you need? And all you have to do is work on your energy, on your mind, on your emotional state to come into alignment to that will, to that vision, to that higher reality. And trust. How would that feel? To instead of avoiding the void, turn towards it, melt into the nothingness. Let it all go. All of it go. Even your dreams and aspirations. Yeah, for a moment, let it go. Your strive for success, let it go. Who you think you are, let it go. The outcome you're attached to, let it go. Let it all go. Breathe. Just for a moment, rest in the void. Feel the empty space around you. The empty space that holds the whole of this universe. Rest in the nothingness. In this space of no attachment, no desires, no outcomes, no thoughts, no strategies. Just breathe and focus on your energy, on your source. And know that away from the mind, away from expectations, it's just your pure energy, your source energy that is aligned to this higher source, this higher intelligence. And let it be known that you are fully ready and available to receive the synchronicities, the opportunities to be brought to you in a way that surprises you. Because you trust and you surrender and you wait to receive the seeds of inspirations, the opportunities, the right people at the right time in a way that's just right for you. You might receive this instantly. Now, you might see it, feel it, simply know it, or you might receive this as the day goes on, as the day goes on. Either way, it's perfect. So what happens when we disconnect and we swim into the void space, the womb? It's the womb of the universe. That's how I like to look at it. And many others. And then from that space, literally space from it all, we align, we receive, and then you take your actions based upon that alignment. So you connect into the quantum, and then you go with that energy and that inspiration and that direction, and then use your fire, use your action in alignment to serving what you've received from this higher intelligence. The higher intelligence is always a great place to be when our own intelligence is overthinking it and paralyzing ourselves with overthinking it. How? Creating problems to answer, more problems to answer. Remember, void. Higher intelligence. Receiving information in your own unique way, following on that with your actions so that you are moving in alignment. See the difference between struggle and doing and micromanaging to alignment. It's an energy. You might do the same task, but the energy behind it, we can call it your intention, your energy is different. When we have a different energy, we have different thoughts, we have a different frequency and vibration that's going to attract to us different things based on our energy, based on our frequency. Same action, different energy, different results, right? So do we see that it's not one or the other? Just because you go into that void, just because you go into being, just because you surrender for a moment your ambitions and thoughts and ideas and strategies, doesn't mean that you're not still going to show up in your action and in your fire and do the things and get it done. It's both. So, where are you ready to release and surrender and let go? And where are you ready to connect in and to trust? And to focus on your energy into your alignment and be open and available for the aligned synchronicities and opportunities that are coming your way and perhaps already here. Well, I hope this was useful. This was something that really supported me in my process and on my journey. And if you're activated by something I've shared in this, if you were like, wow, okay, something clicked, but I want to know more. Wow, where else could this take me if I immerse deeper into this? If you're ready to fully dive deep into this quantum work, I am fully ready to support a fellow source connected leader on their path to impact, initiating change and service. Reach out with a message. You can get me on email, message on Instagram, leave a comment on YouTube, whatever channel you're watching me on. The links are going to be available on the show notes. Perhaps if you find this useful in any way and you feel that the vibration and energy of this would be supportive to be shared, then leave a review, leave a comment, share this with your friends, put it on your stories, and support this transmission spreading to all of the incredible leaders showing up in here for that initiation of change. Thank you so much for tuning in. I feel you, and I'm so blessed, honored, and grateful to be walking this path with you all. So much love.